What's up everybody, Jared here with another good old movie ranking. Now if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell icon to stay up to date on this channel's newest reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. Now with the anticipation of Endgame coming out, I thought it'd be nice to go back and maybe rank some of these MCU movies, some of these MCU trilogies. And what better way than to start with the one that started it all, Iron Man. But before I get into my ranking, let me know what your guys' ranking of these 3 Iron Man movies in the comments down below. I'm curious if they're going to be the same as mine, a little bit different, or you're going to think that Iron Man 2 is the greatest movie ever. Now without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Coming in at the number 3 spot is Iron Man 2. I mean, this is a fine MCU movie. It is a little bit below par compared to the overall 22 movies that have come out or are coming out. But I mean, there are some good sequences in this movie with, you know, the Morocco briefcase transformation, Iron Man suit, that's really cool. Iron Man and War Machine fighting, going back and forth. There's some cool iconic shots going around and them, you know, basically tag teaming these other robots. And this might not be a popular opinion, but Justin Hammer, Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer, I really like this antagonist character. I mean, he obviously hams it up, he's dancing, he's having fun with this character. And we only got him in this one movie. Like, I would love to see him maybe come back in like a flashback or another movie somehow, because he was, I mean, he's not the best villain or antagonist, but he was a fun one. But with the movie ultimately being a setup for Avengers, I mean, that's where there's faults in this movie. I mean, Black Widow is strictly just set up in this movie. She's in there to be set up for the next movie. Nick Fury, he's there to basically be like, hey, this is the Avengers initiative. You're not ready. This is what's going to happen. Tony slowly poisoning himself, and then he ends up building his own element, and then Whiplash. Mickey Rourke's motivations, portrayal, his fascination for his bird is just, I don't know, it's just kind of comical, and he's a throwaway villain. His motivations and everything that he's going for, they just don't land in this movie. Not far off from Iron Man 2 is the Shane Black Christmas time Iron Man 3 movie. Like, obviously in this movie, it's a little bit of a different tone. It doesn't entirely match with the MCU because of what Shane Black did. This is kind of in the MCU where they kind of let the directors put their own spin, their own twist, their own isms into the movie. And like I said, Iron Man 3 is very much a Shane Black movie. It's set during Christmas time. There's a lot of quippy, witty banter between characters. It's kind of jokey at times. I mean, it's a fun trip for sure. There's some good sequences as well when Iron Man saves all of the people falling or flying out of the airplane, and then also the house party protocol at the end. But man, does this distance itself from kind of the feel of the Iron Man movies that came before, the Iron Man movies that came after, because this one, he's dealing with PTSD, which is a great story aspect in this movie, but it's kind of abandoned when he's in Age of Ultron because he's right back into the suit. And another one of the big criticisms is that there isn't enough Iron Man in the movie, and probably the first hour or so, there is little to no Iron Man. And then when we get to the house party protocol at the end, it's almost too much Iron Man. And then when you realize that there's several times that Tony isn't even in the suit, he's remote controlling it, the stakes for kind of what's happening are lessened. Like, there's no sense of danger, so you're not really fully invested. You're like, oh, it's just a robot. Like, he has many more. And the Mandarin. I mean, this is basically a slap in the face to any fan of the comics, the Iron Man character, because it's just goofy the way that they set it up with Ben Kingsley. But the thing is, you thought from the trailers and everything that this would be a horrifying, the terror of this character just wreaking havoc on Iron Man. I mean, like I said, from the trailers and the first couple scenes, you're like, this is going to be great. And then when it's revealed that it's just a decoy, it doesn't land. Marvel did do one thing to kind of save this, but I don't know if it's entirely canon. But with those Marvel one-shots, there was one of the Mandarin in prison. He gets broken out, and then they say, hey, we're going to go meet the real Mandarin. Like I said, I don't know if you can find that online anymore, but that was one thing that maybe saved that character and saved this movie in a weird way. And hitting at the number 1 spot is the OG Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. was a tough pick. No one thought that he could portray this character, but he is Iron Man. He is Tony Stark. Like, the charisma, the smarts, the witty, the just being this rich asshole character. Like, from the very opening few scenes of this movie, you're like, this guy was made to be Tony Stark. And the story of how he kind of makes this gritty Iron Man suit in this desert cave to kind of this full-fledged sleek suit is really fun to kind of see the transformation of the technology, him and the origin story of him kind of learning out how this technology works, and then also him as a character as Tony Stark. At the beginning, he's selfish, he's a dick, he just wants to make money off of basically mass destruction, but at the end of the movie, he's there to kind of protect people, he's compassionate, he has a little bit more humanity to himself, and he's just not looking out for profit, he's looking out for the common good. I would say that the one downfall of this Iron Man movie, and it was kind of the status quo for a lot of these superhero movies, is the villain, Obadiah Stane. I mean, it's basically another Iron Man, a bigger Iron Man. When it's the end battle, it's Iron Man versus the Ironmonger, and it's going up against yourself. I do like what Jeff Bridges did with the character, kind of the backstabbing, doing the business deals behind the back, but yeah, in the end, it's just an Iron Man versus another Iron Man, and luckily they were able to kind of not use that cliched thing in later films. So that is it, my ranking of the 3 Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man films. What do you guys think of my ranking? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you think that Iron Man 2 is the best movie ever? Let me know what your ranking is in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, if there's other movie franchises, movie series, trilogies, anything that you want me to rank, let me know in the comments down below. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos over there, you know, trailer reactions, movie reviews, movie rankings, all sorts of stuff. Follow all of my social media stuff down there. Click that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to stay up to date on this channel's newest reviews, all of that stuff. Until next time, I'll see you later.